Um, I've seen a few messages saying that people are struggling a little bit with Google Classroom. I don't fully understand what I'm doing, but I just thought I'd share that I've downloaded the app on my phone and I'm just finding this a little bit easier to navigate. So I'm just going to talk you through a few things on here. So once you download the app and then use your child's login to log into Google Classroom, the screen that you should then go to will look very similar to this. So these are the different classrooms that your child is assigned to. So a classroom is basically a group and it will consist of their peers and their teachers. So for the purposes of this, I'm going to just tap into this bottom classroom here. I don't actually know I think the top classroom is the whole of Year 5, which isn't necessarily relevant for now. So I'm going to go into this one, which is her class one. So you'll see down the bottom there are 3 different options. So starting on the left-hand side with what we've got highlighted, this is the stream. So this is similar to your Facebook news feed. So anyone that is assigned to this class can then post something in the stream and people can comment on that as well. So you can see there that Mrs. Hotchin has posted a few things, and then you can see that there are comments on some of those where children have gone in and posted too, but kids can also post here if they've got any questions or they want to say good morning to each other or whatever. So that's that left hand column there. You see on the right hand column there is a thing that says people, so that's all of the children and teachers that are assigned to this classroom. For the purposes of what your kids need to do, I don't think you really need to kind of worry too much about that. So the important thing is this central option, which is called classwork. So if I click on that, you'll see that all the home learning that my child's class has been set is on there. If you scroll down further, there's some stuff that they've been doing at school to learn how to use Google Classrooms. So the first thing to note is that some of these entries on here are in blue and some of them are in grey. The ones that are in blue are things that haven't been submitted. So you can see the one at the bottom here is the timetable. So if I click on that, there's then some instructions from the teacher of what they need to do. There's some attachments on the bottom. And then if I scroll up, it says your work. And there is a list then of documents that have already been loaded in for your child into the Google Drive with their name on it and with their information. So they go into each of those and they complete that task, and then you can see that there's a hand in button. So when all of these things have been completed, you can then press the hand in button. If there are certain things that you do on other like on paper or whatever, and you want to take photos, you can see that there's an add attachment button there, which you can click and then add in that thing. So for each of the entries that we've got on this screen here, you can click in and you'll see that same thing, that there's a message from the teacher, there's any attachment that they need to work on, and then you can swipe up for the children to access their individual work and they can hand in. This bit at the bottom here, the private comments, if your child wants to privately message their teacher, they can do just there using that button. So the interface on this will be slightly different on a desktop, but don't worry about it. I just thought I'd give you the kind of app version because it splits it into those 3 kind of categories. So when you're on the desktop, you know that you need to you need to look for their classwork. I've also found it useful as well to have it on my phone, just to be able to kind of keep track of what she's doing, what she's not doing, seeing what the teacher has got to say about what she's done, and then just double checking that she's submitted work when she's completed it. It's just a bit easier to navigate in that way. All right, so hopefully this will be helpful for some of you that are struggling, and if not, there are loads of YouTube tutorials as well. I just haven't got to them because I haven't had time, but there you go. Let's stop this screen recording now. Got to remember